From Rags to Riches, A Tale of the Palace Dweller, a heartwarming drama that follows the incredible journey of a destitute man who unexpectedly finds himself living in a grand palace, challenging societal norms, and discovering the true meaning of wealth. In the bustling city of Veridale, we meet Jack Thompson, a humble and struggling artist who lives in a rundown apartment. Jack's life takes an unexpected turn when he receives a mysterious letter informing him that he has inherited a sprawling palace on the outskirts of the city. Shocked and skeptical, he ventures to the palace, known as Havencrest, only to find it in disrepair. As Jack begins to explore his newfound home, he encounters the palace's quirky and loyal staff, including Martha, the wise housekeeper, and Henry, the eccentric butler. They reveal to Jack the palace's rich history and the legend of a hidden treasure, rumored to be hidden within its walls. Jack decides to stay and restore Havencrest to its former glory, not for the sake of opulence but to honor his newfound responsibility and to give back to the community. His journey of transformation and self-discovery takes him on an emotional roller coaster. He learns valuable lessons about wealth, privilege, and the true meaning of home. As Jack's efforts to restore the palace gain momentum, he befriends Sophie, a compassionate local teacher, and together they start an outreach program for underprivileged children in Veridale. Jack's generosity and genuine care for his community endear him to the city's residents, bridging the gap between the wealthy elite and the struggling working class. However, not everyone is pleased with Jack's transformation and the changes he's bringing to Veridale. The greedy and corrupt elites, led by the conniving businessman Richard Vandermeer, conspire to undermine Jack's efforts and take control of Havencrest. The climax of the film sees Jack and his newfound allies facing off against Vandermeer's schemes, leading to a thrilling showdown in the depths of Havencrest. The true treasure of the palace is revealed, but it's not the kind that can be measured in gold. From Rags to Riches, A Tale of the Palace Dweller is a heartwarming and thought-provoking film that explores themes of wealth, community, and the transformative power of kindness. It reminds us that true riches come not from material wealth, but from the love, compassion, and connections we forge with others on our journey through life. Once upon a time in the bustling city of Veridale, there lived a man named Jack Thompson. Jack was a humble and struggling artist, barely making ends meet in his rundown apartment. He painted beautiful landscapes that told stories of far-off places he could only dream of visiting. Life was a constant struggle, and Jack's dreams seemed like distant stars in a dark sky. One ordinary day, as Jack contemplated his latest canvas, a mysterious letter arrived. Its parchment was aged and worn, and its contents were cryptic. It informed Jack that he had inherited a grand palace on the outskirts of Veridale, a place known as Havencrest. Shocked and skeptical, he couldn't fathom how such a palace could belong to him. Curiosity piqued, Jack decided to venture to Havencrest, half expecting it to be a cruel joke. To his astonishment, the palace stood tall and majestic, though time had not been kind to its exterior. Ivy crept up the walls, and the once opulent gardens were overgrown with neglect. Inside, Jack discovered an enchanting world. He met Martha, the wise housekeeper with a twinkle in her eye, and Henry, the eccentric butler who spoke in riddles. They welcomed him with open arms and revealed the palace's rich history. As the days turned into weeks, Jack found himself enchanted not just by the grandeur of Havencrest, but by the stories it held within its walls. Tales of lavish parties, daring adventures, and the legend of a hidden treasure. It wasn't gold or jewels, but something far more valuable, the ability to transform lives. Jack made a life-changing decision. He would stay and restore Havencrest to its former glory, not as a symbol of opulence, but as a tribute to his newfound responsibility, and as a means to give back to the community he had once felt so disconnected from. His journey of transformation took him on an emotional roller coaster. He learned that wealth wasn't just about possessions, but about the impact one could make on the lives of others. Jack's efforts to restore the palace became a beacon of hope in Veridale. In his quest to make a difference, Jack befriended Sophie, a compassionate local teacher who shared his vision. Together, they started an outreach program for underprivileged children in Veridale, offering them a chance at education and art, things Jack had once longed for as a child. Jack's generosity and genuine care for his community began to bridge the gap between the wealthy elite and the struggling working class. Veridale was changing, and Jack was at the heart of it. But not everyone was pleased with Jack's transformation. The greedy and corrupt elites, led by the conniving businessman Richard Vandermeer, saw Jack as a threat to their power and conspired to undermine his efforts. The climax of the story saw Jack and his newfound allies facing off against Vandermeer's schemes. In the depths of Havencrest, they uncovered the true treasure of the palace, a room filled with letters, drawings, and mementos from generations of people whose lives had been touched by the palace's magic. It was a testament to the power of kindness and community. From Rags to Riches, A Tale of the Palace Dweller is a heartwarming and thought-provoking narrative that reminds us that true wealth is measured not in material possessions, but in the love, compassion, and connections we forge with others. Jack's journey from humble artist to palace dweller was a reminder that anyone, regardless of their circumstances, could make a profound impact on the world by choosing kindness and generosity. And so, the tale of Havencrest lived on, inspiring others to follow their hearts and transform their own lives and communities for the better.